It's a peaceful Sunday. You're browsing through the latest posts from your friends on social media, laughing at jokes, admiring vacation photos, and suddenly you find yourself signing up for a free online course that promises to triple your productivity. You pause, a hint of confusion clouding your sunny morning as you wonder, how did I get here? This is no accident. It's the subtle work of dark psychology, a tool used to manipulate thinking, decisions, and actions in the shadows of everyday interactions. Human minds, like delicate spider webs, can be swayed with a mere whisper, the slightest nudge. Dark psychology traffics in the exploitation of this susceptibility, molding behavior not with brute force, but with stealth and cunning. As you delve into this realm, a question echoes: how can you shield your mind from such insidious influence? Dark psychology is the art and science of using psychological tactics for the purposes not of healing, but harming, manipulating, and controlling others to gain advantage. It exploits vulnerabilities, twisting the ordinary tools of human interaction into instruments of predation. Understanding this, it becomes crucial to untangle the threads of manipulative behaviors that are often hidden beneath layers of normality. We might think of it as the psychological equivalent of a computer virus, silently infiltrating systems under the guise of regular operations. By examining the mechanisms and effects of dark psychology, we can better prepare and protect ourselves from it, turning awareness into an unbreachable shield against psychological manipulation. Persuasion is a cornerstone of human interaction. It underpins everything from love and friendships to politics and advertising. But in the world of dark psychology, persuasion is not about mutual understanding or benefit. It's centered on one-sided gain. A deep dive into the principles of persuasion reveals methodologies refined to exploit rather than inform or assist. Understanding these can illuminate why certain messages feel compelling, even if they're not in our best interest. These tactics often leverage our emotional responses, bypassing rational processing to tap directly into less guarded, more impulsive areas of our psyche. Recognizing these tactics is the first step in crafting a defense against them. Our brains are wired to take shortcuts, known as cognitive biases, which can simplify decision-making. However, these biases also make us vulnerable to manipulation. Dark psychology leverages biases such as the confirmation bias to affirm pre-held beliefs, and the scarcity bias, which increases the value of items perceived as limited. By understanding these biases and how they are exploited, one can start to dismantle the undue influence hidden within seemingly benign interactions. We must begin to question not just the content, but the context of the information we consume. Through exercises and increased mindfulness, we can patch these chinks in our mental armor, fostering a mind that questions rather than merely conforms. Social engineering. Puppeteering in the digital age. Social engineering is the psychological manipulation of people into performing actions or divulging confidential information. In the age of information, where data is as precious as gold, social engineers operate by crafting scenarios that exploit trust and curiosity. These manipulators often weave together convincing stories that require urgent responses, thereby bypassing rational thought. Phishing emails, pretexting, baiting, and quid pro quo are some of the tools in their arsenal. Educating oneself about these tactics is akin to installing a sophisticated security system for your digital presence. Awareness, coupled with skepticism, forms a formidable barrier against these modern-day puppeteers. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. The Narcissist's Playbook. Narcissism, a trait often linked with manipulation, thrives on attention, admiration, and a lack of empathy. Narcissists use a variety of psychological tactics to maintain control and boost their ego, often at the expense of others. Understanding the playbook of a narcissist, from gaslighting to love bombing, can help individuals recognize these patterns in relationships, whether personal or professional. Recognizing these signs early can prevent emotional entanglement that leads to psychological harm. The key to dealing with narcissists is not only in recognizing their traits, but in setting firm boundaries and, where necessary, disengaging entirely from their toxic influence. Psychological warfare, strategies and defenses. Psychological warfare involves the use of propaganda, threats, and misinformation to influence behaviors or outcomes. It's a method often seen in political campaigns, corporate espionage, and between nation-states. By understanding the tactics of psychological warfare, such as the deliberate spread of intimidating messages or manipulated information, individuals can better prepare themselves to filter and critically analyze the information they encounter. Defenses against psychological warfare include educating oneself on logical fallacies, seeking information from multiple sources, and maintaining a healthy skepticism towards too good to be true narratives. Cults provide a stark illustration of dark psychology. They often start with charismatic leaders who exploit basic human needs for belonging and meaning, manipulating followers through a mix of charismatic leadership, isolation, fear, and indoctrination. Understanding the mechanics of cults is crucial, not just for recognizing them, but also for understanding how similar dynamics can manifest in less extreme groups or movements. The defense against cult influence begins with education and awareness, particularly about the psychological tactics employed by cult leaders to manipulate and maintain control over their followers. The dark triad refers to a trio of personality traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Individuals exhibiting these traits are adept at manipulating others and often leave a trail of emotional devastation. Studying these traits helps in identifying potential manipulators before they can cause harm. Awareness of these characteristics enables individuals to navigate social interactions more safely, identifying manipulative behavior quickly and responding appropriately. Understanding the dark triad also provides insight into broader societal issues, such as corporate malfeasance or unethical political behavior, where these traits often translate into larger-scale manipulations. Manipulators often employ specific techniques to exert influence. These include the foot-in-the-door technique, where a small, benign request is followed by larger ones, and the door-in-the-face technique, where an extreme request is made, knowing it will be refused, but followed by a smaller, more palatable request. Understanding these techniques can immunize us against them. By recognizing when we're being gradually led down a path we didn't choose, we can step back and reassess our decisions, ensuring they align with our interests and values. Awareness of these influence techniques is crucial in both personal and professional realms, acting as a guard against those who would manipulate our decisions for their benefit. Manipulative relationships can often appear to be genuinely caring, but beneath the surface, they are rooted in uneven power dynamics and exploitation. Identifying such relationships requires awareness of manipulation tactics and an understanding of one's own boundaries. Recognizing the red flags, such as constant guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or the isolation from friends and family, can be the first step towards extricating oneself from these toxic dynamics. The process of healing and detachment begins with acknowledging the manipulation and seeking supportive networks that validate one's experiences. Empowerment against manipulative relationships starts with self-awareness and is bolstered by education on psychological health and rights within relationships. Emotional blackmail is a powerful form of manipulation, involving the use of fear, obligation, and guilt to control someone. Guilt-tripping, a subset of emotional blackmail, involves making someone feel overly responsible for an action, often to the point of doing something against their better judgment. Understanding these tactics and recognizing them in real time can significantly reduce their effect. Building emotional intelligence and learning to set boundaries are crucial steps in protecting oneself from these destructive manipulation techniques. The awareness of how emotions are weaponized can help maintain control over one's decisions, rather than ceding it to those who would manipulate those feelings for their purposes. Language is not just a means of communication, but also a potent tool of influence and control. Manipulators often use specific language patterns, such as loaded language or doublespeak, to obscure reality and sway perceptions. By critically analyzing the words used in conversations, advertisements, and political speeches, one can start to see the manipulations hidden within them. Learning about linguistic tricks can arm individuals against verbal manipulation, fostering a healthier skepticism toward the spoken and written word. Practicing clear, conscious communication is equally important, as it helps maintain a reality grounded in truth rather than one distorted by manipulation. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Conspiracy theories can be particularly seductive because they offer simple explanations for complex events and tap into deep-seated fears and prejudices. These theories often employ elements of dark psychology, such as creating us versus them scenarios or exploiting cognitive biases. Understanding why and how these theories appeal can help individuals recognize when they're being led away from factual reasoning towards baseless speculation. Enhancing critical thinking skills and verifying information through reliable sources are essential strategies to guard against the allure of conspiracy theories. Educational initiatives that promote media literacy and critical thinking are crucial in combating the spread and impact of such theories. The pervasive influence of dark psychology can be seen in various societal issues, including political polarization, consumer behavior, and social media dynamics. It shapes cultures and norms, often dictating what is perceived as normal or acceptable. By examining the broader consequences of manipulative practices, we can better understand the need for societal-level solutions, such as comprehensive education on media literacy and the ethical use of persuasion in marketing and politics. Awareness and proactive measures can mitigate the detrimental effects of manipulation, fostering a society that values transparency and ethical interactions. Scams and financial frauds are stark examples of dark psychology at work. They leverage trust and exploit weaknesses for financial gain. Understanding the psychological tactics used in scams, such as the promise of high returns or time-limited offers, can help protect individuals from financial predators. Educating oneself and others about common scams and encouraging skeptical analysis of too good to be true offers are key defensive strategies. Financial literacy plays a crucial role in empowering individuals to recognize and avoid financial manipulation. Defensive strategies. Building psychological resilience. Building psychological resilience involves more than just awareness. It requires active engagement with one's mental and emotional health. Strategies such as mindfulness, assertiveness training, and cognitive behavioral techniques can fortify individuals against manipulation. These practices enable individuals to maintain a strong sense of self and clear boundaries, making it harder for manipulators to find psychological vulnerabilities to exploit. Regular self-reflection and mental health check-ins can sustain this resilience, turning psychological defense into a habit rather than a reaction. Information is power, especially when it comes to defending against dark psychology. Understanding the characteristics of manipulation and the context in which they thrive allows individuals to armor themselves against potential manipulation. Promoting access to this knowledge through educational programs, workshops, and online content can help create a more informed populace. This informed populace is better equipped to resist manipulative tactics, whether in personal relationships, the workplace, or the broader media landscape. Creating environments where manipulation is less likely to occur is another key strategy. This involves promoting transparency, accountability, and mutual respect in all forms of social interaction. Organizations, communities, and online platforms can all implement policies and norms that discourage manipulative behaviors and encourage open, honest communication. Fostering a culture that values ethical behavior and respects individual autonomy can significantly reduce the opportunities for manipulation. Addressing dark psychology through legislation and public policy involves recognizing the ways in which laws can protect against psychological manipulation. This might include regulations on advertising, privacy laws to prevent data from being used manipulatively, and rules governing transparency in political campaigns. By implementing and enforcing laws that address the components of dark psychology, societies can provide structural defenses that protect individuals from large-scale manipulative practices. Understanding dark psychology and its myriad forms is crucial for maintaining autonomy in an increasingly manipulative world. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. The journey from awareness to protection involves a multifaceted approach that includes personal education, societal awareness, and legal measures. By fostering environments that prioritize ethical behavior and respect for individual autonomy, and by equipping individuals with the knowledge and tools to recognize and resist manipulation, we can safeguard our mental landscapes from those who would seek to exploit them. With these strategies, we empower ourselves and our communities to stand firm against the subtle encroachments of dark psychology, ensuring a future where manipulation loses its power and influence.